If you want more to come into your life, you must let more life come out of you. Because life doesn't happen to you, it happens through and as you. You can't get it from the world because you brought it all with you. Literally, everything you could ever need to be all that you were created to be is already within you. A seed of infinite potential planted in the soil of your soul, awaiting the right conditions for it to grow. And those conditions are 100% in your control. This is the core of emergence. And when you understand and apply this, you can truly say Happy New Year and Happy New You, year after year. But not just every year, every month, every week, and every day. My name's Derek Rydall, transformational coach and emergineer. And I want to welcome you to the Best Year of Your Life podcast, where we highlight the top teachings and trainings from my private group program that have helped thousands of people around the world find their path, live their purpose, and make a mighty impact on the planet. To learn more about the Best Year of Your Life program and get a special bonus, please go to www.derekrydell.com/Best Year of Your Life. So I'm really looking forward to today's call as we're going to go a little bit deeper into the topic of freedom, since it's the Independence Day was in America this month, and celebrating the freedom of this country and really understanding what freedom is. And I invite a lot of you to contemplate that on a deeper level. Wherever you are in the world, you can always celebrate your independence, your true independence. And, you know, the challenge, of course, is that freedom is not something that really the world can give you, not even a government. And it's something that we have to ultimately discover and give to ourselves. And in the converse, even when the world seems to take your freedom away, the world can never actually take your freedom away if you're willing and able to free yourself. And we're going to talk about that today. And even the idea of free will is not really an experience many people have. Most people don't have free will. They have free won't, as I like to say. Because free will is an experience or a product or a byproduct of awareness. You have to be aware of what's really driving you in order to have real choice. Otherwise, what happens is you're really just reacting. You're moving through life as a reaction to life, not really making choices. You think you're making choices, but they're really reactions. And so you don't really have free will. You are just being driven by already pre-created system software and or the software of the world or of your particular culture. That's really what's driving you. And it's just happening, and it's been happening for so long that you're not aware of it, and you think all the things you're doing are free choice, but they're really reaction. And not until you become still enough and conscious enough of what's really driving you, what's really causing you to make those choices, feel those feelings, say those things, and take those actions, do you begin to discover that you're not making those choices. Something else is making choices for you. You know, if you're not really thinking for yourself, something or someone else is thinking through you or for you. And I remember years ago when I had one of the first real awarenesses of this, where I suddenly had this opening, and I could see that many of the values that I had held and thought that they were my values, they weren't my values. They really weren't my values. They were values I had inherited. And when I got still enough and conscious enough and spacious enough in my awareness, I could see that these were not mine. And I was able to let go of them and choose values from the deepest part of myself. And, even in little small things, like if you've ever had this experience where, I grew up thinking, I had certain habits and just thinking that these were, things that I chose to be interested in or chose to like, whether it's something as simple as bread or a particular point of view in the world, only to then be sitting with my family, like my parents, at a holiday or a dinner or whatever, and suddenly notice that they're doing that thing, or that they're doing the exact thing or making the exact choice that I'm making, and realizing that I learned it, that it was learned behavior, that it was imprinted at some early age, maybe even pre-verbal, and that I didn't necessarily ever make that choice. So it's just an interesting thing, and that's, of course, a very relative description of it. But and we're going to go a little deeper. But I want to first just set the tone with a prayer, as I invite you just to turn within, to turn away from the world of appearances. And this is a practice that we're going to talk about today, about something that we want to begin to engage in on a regular basis, turning away from the world of appearances that would tempt us to believe that we're separate from each other, separate from our good, separate from God, whatever your idea of God is, higher power, divine intelligence, quantum field. The world would tempt us to believe that there's many different powers, many different activities, and that we have to navigate and negotiate and dance and wrestle with the world of appearances to get our good or to get rid of things we don't want. That's the temptation of the world of appearances. And so we turn away from all of that drama. We turn within to the realm of the real, the realm of oneness, opening our hearts and our minds to a realization of the truth. This is why I invite you to pray the prayer, dear God, more than I want to fix, change, heal, improve, control, or manipulate anything. I want to wake up to the truth that makes me free. I want to see reality with a capital R. I want to see the world of the divine creation. I want to know who and what I really am and why I am alive. And so this is the intention that we set. I want to wake up. I want to wake up. I'm standing in the truth and the premise that this divine intelligence, being infinite and omnipotent, meaning all-powerful, omnipresent, meaning everywhere present and everywhere in its fullness, being omniscient, meaning